Tour Junkies.
What's going on, golf addicts? We are live for the 2022 Players Championship DraftKings preview. We're the Tour Junkies. I'm DB. I got Pat Perry. We're live from the casting couch.
The casting.
It's a real slippery couch.
Did you say the captain couch or the casting?
Casting couch.
Okay.
It's a slippery couch. I will say that though. We just finished up the betting show. It's the Players Championship. We're pumped. This is gonna be a fun week. I'm in person in Savannah with Pat Perry in the Pat Perry estate. I'm on the island.
Mm-hmm.
The podcast juice has been flowing tonight. We're ready to have a great night, Pat, and I'm excited. First of all, you know, this is a major championship like week. You know what I mean? You got
really
a great field, a tough challenge of golf. The weather, Mother Nature looks to be, you know, flipping up her skirt and showing y'all her goodies. And the guys are going to have a lot to contend with this week, Pat. So what's, you know, right off the bat, like, what's your approach? What's the strategy? What are you thinking before you go into building these DFS lineups, you know?
I can tell you this right now with all honesty, DB. And there's been a lot of thought that's been put into this.
Okay.
I'm all over the damn place this week.
All right.
I am all over the damn place.
You're the everyman then.
Like I could throw in balanced lineups. I may throw in studs and duds. I mean, like typically they say, here's what the smart person says.
Okay? Yeah, because
the smart person says you need to have a good strategy.
Oh yeah.
And you need to go in there and you need to say, hey, you need to have a tight player pool, and you're only going to play these certain amount of guys in DFS, and that is, and blah 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 blah. But you know what? I may just allocate the hell out of it this week. I may have all kinds of players in different situations. I don't know. We'll see, because I think we're going to see a lot of random stuff with the way the weather's looking, with the way this course may play. You know, I'm a course history guy. I can't really go off of that this week. I mean, it's something I'm going to look at. But the guys are all over the place on this course. I mean, you see guys that'll play fantastic for 2 years and they miss 2 straight cuts. You know, you see, you know, a top 10 a miscut, a top 10 a miscut, like it's just all over the place this week. So there's a lot of different strategies that you can use and do whatever else. But I think, you know, when you look at it, you want to look at the stats that matter, which you talked about in your course preview. Just excellent course preview this week.
Thank you, Pat. Thank you, Pat.
And then you just kind of go with your gut a little bit. And I think recent form for sure is probably the biggest thing outside of stats. We want guys that are playing well coming into this golf tournament, that have, you know, that are ball striking. Okay. Maybe strokes gained home. You know, we got that going on, you know, because that's always a big thing with strokes gained home life. So it's going to be a big week. I'm excited for it. And I'm excited for you to be on the couch with me.
Oh, yeah.
In person.
Man, this is great stuff. This is a treat for me and the listeners, you know, and the viewers to be watching me and Pat here.
It's a big treat.
In person. I'm excited. Oh, yep. We've got a nut up or shut up contestant coming on in just a few minutes.
He's talking and we can hear him.
We're excited about that. Listen.
Are we supposed to be able to hear him?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Okay. All right.
But listen, it's going to be a great week. The thing is, you got to be able to embrace the variance. Because at TPC Sawgrass, things can happen. Things can get weird.
And like people talking in the mics that shouldn't be on. The hot mics. Hot mic! Hot mic!
Last year, for example, Pat, the carnage at this event, 6 of the 12 players at 9,000 or above missed the cut. So half of the players priced at 9K or above missed the cut, and only 4 of the top 12 priced players finished in the top 22 players. So there is carnage. You got to be able to embrace the variance here when you're building your DraftKings lineups. You know, we just did the betting show. It's different, you know, picking your guys for your betting card versus your DFS. You got to play the people. You got to play the chalk game. You got to be able to embrace a little bit of chalk up top if you want, but you got to find some pivot plays. That's key.
And we should be trained for this. Do you feel like the Honda Classic, the Arnold Palmer, and then here at the Players, it trains us to be ready for this event. Okay. So all of us that have been playing DFS for the last few weeks since we've hit Florida, pretty much, need to be ready for exactly the same thing we've seen the last couple of weeks. It's nothing new.
Yeah, it's been banana land the last few weeks, so it is crazy. It is a little weird. I think, one thing we need to do is we all need to kind of slow down a little bit. Let's not commit to lineups, commit to player pools.
We got soft
too
pricing
early.
too, where people be ready to play guys they see a little too soft.
Yep, you got soft pricing. You got a lot of public money coming up in here. You got people who are itching to do something because maybe they're baseball fans, which is dumb. I don't know why you'd be a baseball fan, and you're upset that the baseball thing is not happening. So you're here, you're trying to play some lineups in DFS. So anyway, a little bit of that, you got to kind of slow down because this weather is looking wild. I mean, the weather's looking really wild. There's going to be some carnage at TPC Sawgrass. So we need to all be prepared for that. I will say that. I will be on site at TPC Sawgrass tomorrow, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So I'm pumped about that.
Yeah.
If I think that if you want, I talked about I can wear my Siwoo Kim shirt, and I'm gonna find Siwoo Kim.
You gotta find it.
Tell me what you want me to ask Siwoo Kim, but also I'm gonna start lining up some more interviews, some more PGA Tour players, some more caddy interviews. If you want to comment in the YouTube channel what you'd like to hear us ask, a good question. Don't give us a crappy question. Give us a good question you'd like us to ask a PGA Tour pro in our next interview. We'll put that up there. We'll make that happen. I'm going to line some of those up on there at the Players Championship, but I'm also going to get some intel, and I'm going to deliver it to the guys in the Nut Hut, the guys and the gals, because there's a few gals in the Nut Hut.
Yeah.
So join the Discord server, the Nut Hut. We'll talk about that later. But I'm going to get some intel. I'm going to deliver it to folks. I'm going to be walking around with some of our caddy and player friends on Tuesday and Wednesday at the Players, and I am excited about it. That's kind of a little bit about our week, the approach that we're going to take going into setting some DraftKings lineups. Wednesday night live chat in the Nut Hut is going to be key because at that point we're going to have a clearer picture on ownership percentages. We're going to have a clearer picture on whether or not there's a weather wave advantage, what the weather is looking like. The Wednesday night live chat with me and Pat and AC, maybe Chalk Bomb Ben, formerly Chalk Bomb Ben.
Yeah.
That is going to be very key as well. $10 a month to join. The link is in the description of the podcast and the YouTube channel. Join the Nut Hut. Join the Discord server. There's just nothing better. You need to get in there. Now, I do think, Pat, we should pause here for a drink and to bring in our contestant because we are bringing back for the second time in 2022.
I can't believe it's only the second time we've done Nut Hut or
we've okay.
Play the music.
Nut up or shut up. Nut up. Welcome to the hottest game show in the DFS streets. Nut up. Nut up or shut up. Nut up or shut up. Nut up. Nut up. Nut up or shut up. There it is, folks. Nut up or shut up. Presented by our friends at Fujikura. The new Ventus TR shaft is super hot right now. Look, Pat's pulling out a shaft. There's Pat's. This is a Ventus shaft. It's certified. Look at that. And the contestant tonight is Mr. Nick Pappas. And Nick is a Nut Hut member. He's a loyal Tour Junkies follower. What up, Nick? Welcome to Nut Up or Shut Up. How you feeling, buddy? And of course, when we want to hear Nick, we can't hear Nick. We can't hear Nick.
Every time we do this, we have technical difficulties.
It's not Nick's fault, though, I'm sure. I'm sure it's probably Sam's fault. Producer Sam, can we hear Nick, or are we going to do this without? Let's see. Still can't hear Nick. We heard him in the beginning of the show.
Oh, wait.
Oop. Talk, Nick.
Can you hear me?
There we go, Nick.
Oh, Nick. Listen.
Nick, what do you think about my shaft?
Be honest.
As long as you don't point it at me, it's nice.
Smart guy. Smart guy. Nick, how's your driver performing for you currently? Are you spraying it all over the golf course?
Worst club in the bag.
Worst club in the bag. We're about to fix that.
Yeah, we're gonna fix that.
Now you have to win Nut Up or Shut Up, which we have done Nut Up or Shut Up a handful of times now, and no one has ever lost. So there is pressure here, Nick. You could be the first to lose. Nut up or shut up. We're going to give you 6 questions. You have to get 4 of them correct. With at least one question, you may ask the chat. So I would suggest that you have the YouTube chat readily available that you can be watching and seeing. I don't know if I would trust some of these guys. Some of these guys are very strange people that are in our YouTube chat, but you can ask the chat for at least one question. And we do have a bonus question if you need it that could help you. So we're giving you every opportunity to get this right, Nick.
A lot of pressure, but
Yeah.
I think I can handle it.
Thank you, Nick, for supporting the Tour Junkies as long as you have. We appreciate it, buddy. Pat is going to Pat's trying to pull up the questions. He was not prepared, although I told him to be prepared.
Oh, I thought Sam was going to put them up. Okay, here we go.
All right.
Okay.
Ready for the first question, Nick?
Nick.
Yes, sir.
All right, here we go.
Here we go. All right. Number 1.
I can't believe you can read that as old as you are.
In 2021, this player hit 4 balls in the water on 17 and finished with an 11. Was it A, Sergio Garcia, B, Byung-Hun An, C, Keegan Bradley, or D, Jim Herman?
All right. Pretty sure I remember watching this live.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to say it's B, Byung-Hun An.
Don't we have
Yeah, will you pull your mic down when you yell? Jeez.
Okay. Well,
Yes, that is correct, Nick. That is correct.
Okay, good job.
You need to learn some mic discipline. You move the mic when you yell. Yes, it is Byung-Hun An. Correct. You have 1 for 1.
Okay.
Next question.
Wait, Sam's putting them up on the screen.
Okay. Okay. Go ahead.
Which of these is not? Okay, now these type of questions
have
were
to
very
really-
hard for me
At school.
in school, in the schooling years. Okay, you got to pay attention to what I'm saying. Okay, Nick.
Okay.
Which of these is not against the law in Florida? A, publicly singing in a swimsuit. B, having a pet monkey. C, farting in public after the hours of 6 p.m. The hour of 6 p.m. D, sleeping while getting a haircut. Which of these is not against the law in Florida?
Wow.
Oof. Florida's
Uh,
weird, man. Florida's really weird. Well, Nick, where are you from, by the
Yeah.
way?
I'm from Baltimore, Maryland.
Okay.
Baltimore, Maryland.
You
Right,
don't
not
know
too far
much
from the-
about the laws in Florida, do you?
No. My father-in-law lives there, but
Was he an attorney?
no.
Can you
Okay.
publicly pet a monkey, I wonder?
Oh, definitely. I'm gonna have to go with C, farting in public after 6 p.m.
Nick, farting in public after 6 p.m. is actually against the law in
Wow.
Florida. You are incorrect, sir.
Oh, Nick.
You are
Wow.
not allowed. Actually, wait a minute. Hold on. What? Which of these is not against the law? Okay, you are allowed to have a pet monkey in Florida.
Yes, you can have a pet monkey.
But you cannot fart on your monkey or publicly pet your monkey. Publicly petting your monkey, I do not recommend in any state.
Either way, monkeys
Either
are
way.
not frowned upon.
Either way, you're 1 for 2. All right, Nick.
That's not good.
All right, here we go.
Next question.
Next question. This player has top 10 finishes in each of his last 2 Players' Championships. So the last 2. That is Brian Harmon, Ryan Palmer, Colin
Nick Shepard's
Morikawa, or Justin Thomas.
And by last 2, we do mean, just for clarification, 2021 and 2019.
Yeah, because they did not play in 2020. So it'd be the last 2 actual played Players' Championships.
Yes.
But we all know. Anyway, never mind. I almost gave away an answer by accident.
Yeah,
there.
don't do that.
I'm gonna have to go with cockbite on this one.
Yes.
Ooh.
Hey, Brian Harmon.
Oh, where's
I'm
the
not
suspense? there's no suspense there. You just immediately.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm trying to move it
Okay.
along here.
Well, appreciate Nick for knowing that Brian Harmon's nickname is Cockbite. So yes, Nick, yes, you are correct. 2 right. You only need to get 2 more right.
2 more.
All right,
Let's
next
go.
question.
Next question.
Good job, Nick. You're doing good. Don't forget, you do have an Ask the Chat if you need
Yes, sir.
Okay. Which caddy won the 2020 Players Caddy Competition by hitting it to less than 3 feet on 17? Was it Gino Bonelli, Aaron Fleener, Ted Scott, who has recently won 2 tournaments with Scotty Scheffler, or Michael Greller, Jordan Spieth's caddy?
It's a tough one.
Well,
Tough.
I think he gloated about it
Ooh,
for the whole entire year.
probably did.
And I want to say it's A, Gino Bonelli.
Oh!
Ooh,
That's a tough
Ooh,
one.
Nick.
Or was that the year prior? Oh,
Nick,
no.
that is incorrect.
No.
Nick, that is incorrect. He did gloat about it, but it was not Gino Bonelli. It was
Yeah.
actually our friend Aaron
Fleener.
Damn it.
Fleener got it. Okay, now the stakes are
Now
high.
the pressure's on.
Here we
This
go.
pressure is on.
All right, here we go. Next question.
Ooh, I'm nervous for
Yes.
Nick.
Oh,
Think about
God.
this one, Nick. Think about this one. Think about it, okay?
Yeah, this is one you really have to think about. What is the exact square footage of the Island Green at 17? Would it be 1,271, 3,912, 8,140, or 12,933? Now, does he get
Good for you for just getting the numbers right on that.
correct? Thank you.
Yeah.
Do we have phone a friends?
Yeah,
and
well,
things?
he can ask the chat if
Okay.
he's in doubt.
But I think we can get this one.
Well, if he wants to ask the chat, he can ask the chat.
I think I know this one.
Okay.
I believe it is B, 3,912.
That is correct, Nicholas. I'm assuming your full name is Nicholas. Great
Yes.
job. That is correct. It is 3,912.
I'm less
square
nervous
feet.
now.
All right. Next question. You just got to get one more right. All right. You just got to get one more right. Or should I do the bonus question, producer Sam? Yeah. No, this is a good one. We got to do this one.
Okay.
This is a good one.
You
Go ahead,
ready?
Pat.
Which is not.
He just took a shot there. What's the podcast juice tonight,
Yeah.
Nick? What you got, buddy?
I got Screwball Peanut Butter Whiskey.
Oh, okay.
Damn.
That sounds
Don't
kind
hurt
of
him,
good.
Daddy.
Yeah, that sounds
Damn.
kind of good.
Put some Jif in your mouth, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is not a massage. I almost said a massage.
Massage. A massage. Which is not a massage.
Which is not a massage place located within a 3-mile radius of TPC Sawgrass? A. Harmonious Bliss. B. Tropical Asian Massage. C. Rubs and Subs. Or D. Dolphin Massage.
Which is not. Wow. I'm going to have to ask the chat on this one.
Okay.
Hopefully somebody's from around there.
He's going to the
I
chat.
can't see the chat, so I'm going to have
Hold on. Here we go.
Yeah, you guys got to let me know. I can't see it either.
Going to the chat. Going to the chat. Here we go. Nick is going to the chat. Which one is not within a 3-mile radius of TPC Sawgrass?
Okay, we got an answer for C.
Blake Helm says C. Producer Sam says let's get some help. CCCC. Anthony says. Nita says B.
Okay.
Don't pick E. Yeah, see, this is the problem with the chat. Is sometimes we have some not nice people. AC says C.
AC, that's my boy.
The chat is allowed to Google. That's fine. The chat is allowed to Google. Mike Robb says C. Greg says C. It looks like
C,
the overwhelming
C is
answer
definitely
C.
coming in here as the answer.
But you don't know if you can trust the chat. I
Yeah.
will say that. So it's up to you.
Hey, most of those guys are in the Nut Hut. I trust them. They win me money, so we'll go see.
Oh, he's going with the Nut Hut trust factor. That could be dangerous also. He goes with C. Rubs and Subs is correct.
Yes.
You have won.
Yes.
Shut up. The hottest game show in the DFS streets. Pat's shaft will be yours. Actually, not this shaft, but another
You
shaft
don't want this shaft.
will be yours.
Oh.
We'll get some specs from you. Yeah. Very good. Very good. Thank you, producer Sam. Thank you, Nick, for participating in Nut Up or Shut Up. Thank you for being a part of the Nut Hut. And you know what? Thank you, Fujikura, for hooking our people up. You know, they're hooking up Scotty Scheffler, Tom Hoagie. Those guys have recently won with Fujikura Ventus shafts. And you can check it out, Fujikura Ventus shafts. Wherever you go to get fitted, make sure they have Fujikura shafts. And Nick, thank you, sir. May your screens be green this week.
Bend over your bookies, boys.
Praise God. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yes,
we'll do
sir.
it.
Thank
We'll
you.
make sure we do
Thank
that.
you, Nick.
Thank you, Nick. All right, there we go. That is Nut Up or Shut Up, a beautiful game show that, you know.
What a beautiful show.
It's a beautiful show. Where are we? We are at, are we at the 9K range, Pat?
Let's get into the 9K range.
9K range. You know what? Like, let's just say you just play who you want to play. Like, screw the ownership, because ownership's probably going to be pretty diluted. You know what I mean? It's going to be pretty spread out. Whatever. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of my approach. What's your approach in the 9K range? What are you doing?
No, I think the 9K range is certainly where you do want to, sit in here and you could try to differentiate yourself. But I don't think you get too cute. There's guys in here that I think people are going to get too cute with. One of them's Dustin Johnson.
What are we doing with DJ?
I think DJ has a fantastic history here, but there's just no way I'm going to, jump on the DJ wagon this week. I can't do it. He doesn't check any boxes really for me. You look at his scrambling, he's 132nd in the field. He's 80th in the field in driving accuracy, pretty much top 50 in all the other stat categories. But we just haven't seen anything out of DJ lately for me to really want to jump on him. So I'm not going to play DJ. Here's some guys that I like, though. Okay. So DJ's my fade. Victor Hovland is at 10-1. All right. And all of these guys, I really don't care where their ownership is. I'm still going to play them. I like Victor Hovland a ton. I know the scrambling is a big issue with him, but it's just I have a hard time avoiding a guy like Victor Hovland on a ball striking course like this, in a course where he's even said, like, he talked about this before. I want to say either really Sunday's round at the API in Orlando, and he knew conditions were going to be hard, and he loved it. He thought it played into his hands, I think is one of his quotes that he said. And I like that. I like the fact that he embraces harder conditions, harder golf courses. So for me, Victor Hovland there at 10-1, I think is a really good play. And I think there could be some ownership there, but it's going to be spread out here above the 9K range because there's so many guys that are, just fantastic players up here, as there should be. A couple other guys that I like. Xander Schauffele, 9,700. Now, he's a box checker for me. Other than really, par 5 scoring, which he's 45th in the field, that's about the worst that he is. He's top 10 in ball striking. He's top 25 in driving accuracy, top 20 in strokes gained approach. He's 5th in bogey avoidance. He's 30th in strokes gained around the green, 34th in putting. So across the board, really, Xander is, he's a box checker. So I like it.
What the F is this?
Why is your face?
I literally give you the rundown of the show with perfect columns and rows, and what do? You just delete it and add this in?
Oh, that's my own thing. That's what I do.
I'm getting quite the glimpse of how Pat Perry's Monday nights work. Being here live at his house, getting ready.
Why do I have to use the same format you use?
Before he came up here, I will say he did one move that was pretty good, one move that was kind of weird. First move that was good was he brought a cooler up here with all his drinks. He's got multiple drinks.
Yeah.
He could just keep refilling, as we can all probably tell at some point. The second thing he did that wasn't so cool is he came up here and he redid his hair. Oh, also people in the chat are saying we need to lose the pillows, that they look weird.
Oh, they don't like my POs? They don't like my POs?
My POs. Don't hit your beer. Okay. He also does his hair. He came in here with freshly watered hair. saying that the hair from the golf cart trip that we made from the restaurant to his house was too, I don't know, it was too flowy. So he redid the coif,
Really what people want
and
to see
now
on the
he's
players?
redoing the sheet.
What do you mean I'm redoing the sheet? This is my sheet.
You're overcomplicating it.
What's my sheet? How can it be overcomplicated?
Okay, are you done?
No, I
Okay,
still have
finish.
more players. The last one is, why do we not go back in on Xander Schauffele?
You just
I
said
mean, sorry, Scotty Scheffler this week. See, you threw me off with all your confusion talk. Anyway, I'm back in on Scotty Scheffler. You want to talk, so go ahead.
there are talks that after this show, and then after we do the DraftKings After Dark show, there are talks that we might do another like live show.
Oh, we
somewhere.
should do that.
We might do it in the Nut Hut, or we might just be ready because it's gonna be
I
lit.
feel like getting away from you right now. Like, I want to be further away from you at the moment.
Okay. I will say this: I 100% agree with your Scotty Scheffler take.
Okay.
What the are we doing if we're not playing Scotty Scheffler? If there is a tout out there that is telling you to fade Scotty Scheffler, F that tout. Not literally, but in the like aggressive way, like saying like screw you, tout.
Yeah, we're not fading him. No,
We're not fading Scotty Scheffler.
No.
Like nobody's playing better than him right now. Tee to green, he's the man. He's the freaking man right now. He's now number 4 in the world, I think. What are we doing? Like,
Is he up to number 4? Really? Wow.
I think he is.
Okay.
And I mean, with so many good players up here, you're not going to have somebody at 30%. He's not going to be 30%. If he's 24% owned, I don't care. I will play him. I will play him at 50% of my lineups, and I will be happy about it. And then I will, unless there's a definitive wave advantage, and he's not in the good wave. Come late Wednesday night, looking at weather. That's the only way I'm avoiding him. I think Scotty Scheffler is unavoidable at this point. Like I will play him, and I will make it up elsewhere. Now,
tell me who else you like in your organized manner.
Okay, I liked Cantlay on the betting show, but I think Cantlay is going to be chalky, and that's actually some chalk that I'm willing to pivot up a couple of spots and play Justin Thomas. I feel like some people might overlook JT, your defending champion, at $10,400, who's coming off of a 6th place finish at the Genesis, an 8th place finish at the Phoenix Open. And I put in my notes from the 2021 Players Championship, JT ball struck his wiener off.
He really did.
He did.
And he hit some. I mean, that drive on 18,
the 3-wood on 18.
So well,
It was a tee shot 3-wood. It was a 3-wood.
But still a drive.
Sure.
So it's a drive.
Is it a drive though? If it hits it with a 3-wood,
it's a drive.
It's a tee shot. I would say the tee shot on 18.
No, it's a drive off of the.
But he didn't hit it with his driver.
Off of the tee box.
But he didn't hit it with his driver.
You're driving the ball off of the tee.
Okay. Anyway, I think JT could be an interesting pivot. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know what the ownership projections are looking like at this point, but I do think he's an interesting one to pivot to. Now, I'll tell you my favorite pivot, though. Let's all take a sip right now. Podcast juice.
Can I have a sip of that just to try it?
Yeah, podcast juice tonight is some tequila.
We don't worry about COVID.
With some an orange slice and some soda.
Oh, that's delicious.
Isn't that refreshing?
That's so good.
Pat's drinking a beer. Let me give you
drinking that, but then things really might get off the rails.
Yeah, that would be bad. Let me give you a real fade here. I mean, a real pivot play here that I don't think anybody's going to be on. I could be wrong. Pat, but he's $9,000, and his name is Jordan Spieth. And we
just
talked
cannot.
about him.
I don't want to do it. I don't want to do Jordan. Don't make me do Jordan.
I'm not going to make you, but we talked about it in the betting show, and I said, listen, if I told you right now, strong field, gonna play like a major. I'm not gonna tell you the golf course. You can't look up their course history. I'm gonna tell you the weather forecast. I'm gonna tell you about wind, rain, freaking, Noah's Ark type weather. 2 animals, male and female, gonna be walking up in this bitch 2x2. Who you gonna play? And I'm gonna give you 3 names to name, and one of them's probably gonna be Jordan Spieth. And he's $9,000. $9,000. He doesn't have a great history here. I don't know. Like his first year here, he played great. First year. The subsequent years were not great. I get it. But I just think in a grinded out mental toughness. Now he does piss and moan on the golf course a lot. But despite that, somehow he still is a mentally strong golfer, and he plays well in tough conditions. And at $9,000, given what we're looking at on this forecast and the likely dip in ownership and the leverage I'm going to get with Jordan Spieth, why can't he win the Players Championship?
Let me ask you this though: if you get the question, let's say we're in the Nut Hut chat on Wednesday night.
I'm there. I'm actually going to be there this week.
Okay, so we're in the Nut Hut chat. Somebody's filled up their lineup.
Yep.
Okay, and we get this question a lot. They've got $200 left to give, so they've got a little bit of room to spare. Meaning, they can take a guy that's either, 9,000 like Jordan Spieth, or let's just say Daniel Berger at 8,800, or Willie Z at 8,900. They have those three guys left. Okay, so 9,000 maxes them out.
Yeah.
Okay, at Jordan Spieth, or they could go down a little bit, leave a little cash on the table, leave $200 and take Daniel Berger, leave $100 and take Willie Z, or they can max it out and take Jordan Spieth. What are you doing in that situation? Which I could see being a lot of people getting into. Right there, choosing between Jordan Spieth, Willie Z, and Daniel Berger. I think that's a tough one to answer. Now I'm giving you a really hard question here.
Yeah, this is a big what if scenario because I don't know what the rest of the lineup looks like. I don't know where they have leverage elsewhere because you're playing the ownership leverage game when you're playing DFS. I typically would recommend you leave some money on the table to avoid being duplicated, and especially in these big contests. So typically I would say you would avoid Jordan Spieth there, but I don't know what the rest of your lineup looks like. If the rest of your lineup is full of a bunch of chalk, Willie Z is going to be chalky, then Berger, then Spieth. Now, I love all three players. I like them all.
Take ownership out of it. Who is your favorite out of those three guys?
Actually, you might be surprised. My favorite, but again, I like all three.
Yeah.
My favorite.
But I think this is going to be an area where you got to plant a flag.
If I were to rank them, I think I would actually go Berger, Spieth, Willie Z.
See, I would.
As crazy as that sounds,
I'd probably go a little up. I'd go Berger, Willie Z, like just in that order.
Is Willie Z going to get blown away? I'm not even kidding. I'm not even joking.
I don't know, but
he's 113 pounds.
Couldn't you think of him like winning his first tour event at the Players Championship?
Yes,
like I absolutely think that could be a tournament that he could do that, and he plays well in tough courses. So,
my fade in this range is Jon Rahm. I mean, there's to pay up for Jon Rahm right now based on what he's showing us does not make sense.
See, I just don't know if I can fade him. I think this could be a Jon Rahm week. I really do.
Yeah, I mean, listen, all these guys up here are studs. It's hard to fade any of them. You can make a case for almost all of them given the ownership percentages or whatever. What? Oh, our green light died. Oh, our battery died.
Okay, I didn't know.
Oh well.
We lost light.
But yeah, I think I'm out on Rahm. I'm not even gonna pay up for it. Even if he's not gonna be this cheap, or this low owned, but if he was like sub 15%, I still don't know that I'd play him. I think I'd save the money. I'd play him elsewhere. I'd do something different.
Okay.
We do need to talk about this. The Road to Augusta contest, Pat. The Road to Augusta contest is coming up. Oh, you know what else we forgot? Well, never mind. The Road to Augusta contest, our PrizePicks contest, where a week from tonight we will be drawing a winner, and that winner and a guest are going to get their airfare paid for to fly to Augusta, Georgia on Sunday. Their hotel paid for. They're going to stay Sunday night. They're going to wake up Monday. They're going to meet me and Pat at Champions Retreat Golf Club, fine golf club I'm a member of, that hosts the Augusta National Women's Amateur event the week before the Masters. We're going to play Champions Retreat in mint condition on Monday. Have a great time. We're going to drink. We're going to play golf. We're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to eat dinner at Champions that Monday night party. The driving range is going to be lit up on Monday night. They're going to have a DJ out there hitting balls on the range. Fun. It's a lot of fun. Yeah. Then on Tuesday morning, we're going to wake up. We're going to meet you and your guest at the Augusta National Golf Club. Ever heard of it? And we're going to walk the grounds of Augusta for the Tuesday practice round. Have a great time there. It's going to be a wonderful event, all sponsored by our friends at PrizePicks. You got 1 week. You got 1 week to get your entries in. The description or the links are in the descriptions below if you're watching on YouTube or if you're listening on podcast audio. They're in the description. If you're a new user and you're signing up for the first time on PrizePicks, click the new user link. You get an automatic bonus of 5 entries. And then for every PGA only entry that you play on PrizePicks from now until next week, you get an extra entry, an extra draw, an extra chance to get pulled in the drawing next week. If you're an existing user, click on the existing user link, fill out the Google form just one time, and all your subsequent entries after that will be applied. And the winner will be drawn at random a week from tonight. We don't know how it's going to be drawn, but we'll figure it out between now and then. It's just going to be a great contest. The Road to Augusta, PrizePicks. We're loving PrizePicks. It's a lot of fun. Pat's Fantasy Golf Sommelier video that drops every Wednesday morning is centered around PrizePicks. Last week, you went 4-0, Pat. 4-0.
Good week.
I mean, if you didn't win money on Fantasy Golf Sommelier last week, as well as get some very interesting insight on rosé.
Yeah.
And you kind of debunked a few rosé myths.
Yeah, I did. Which
well.
I always try to do
You do
whenever
try
I
to do.
can about
Yeah.
rosé. And I don't know what I'm going to talk about this week. We'll see.
It was great. It was great, though.
Yeah.
It was great. So that's the PrizePicks Road to Augusta contest. You need to check that out. All right, Pat, let's get to the 8K range.
Okay, 8K range. I think we can go pretty quickly.
We got Willie Z, Daniel Berger, who we just mentioned, Louis Brooks at 8,600, Finau, Joaquin Neiman, Sung J M, Adam Scott, Billy Horschel, and Shane Lowry in this range. Now, I will say, by the way, if I were going to pick a cash lock, because people talk to us about cash, I know I got made fun of on the Pat Mayo show last week for bringing up cash plays, but you people asked for them, so I'm going to give it to you. In the 9K and above range, I think your cash play is Patrick Cantlay. And I think to complement Patrick Cantlay, you go ahead and do $8,800 Daniel Berger here. I'm a big fan of Berger.
I love Berger.
I like Berger here. I like the way he's playing. I like the way he's controlled. I mean, he's just the ball striker. He putts well in this Bermuda stuff. I like Berger here a lot. He's playing well. At 8,800, he just feels like a lock for me. In cash and GPPs, if you want to play him, depending on your lineup construction, you can do that. My fade in this range is probably everybody else's fade, but I don't care. It's $8,500 Tony Finau, who cannot. He's not himself. We have not seen.
I wish he could be himself.
I do. We've not seen a good Tony Finau since the playoffs last year. Since July. We've not seen, I mean, we just haven't. And we said this at the betting show. I don't remember if we said it in the beginning of this show, but you can't walk up into TPC Sawgrass trying to find your game. This is not it.
No.
This is not it. You have to come up into Sawgrass, especially with this weather, and know where the golf ball is going off the club face. And I'm just not convinced Tony Finau is able to do that right now. So I'm out. And yeah, he might be 6% owned. I'm not going to click his name. I'm not doing it. I will get my leverage in the 7K range, in the 6K range. I will get it somewhere else, but it's not going to be Tony Finau. I like a lot of names in here. And actually, Pat, let me ask you this. Pat. Given what we know about the carnage at TPC Sawgrass, like last year, you just had two of the 9K and above players in the top 10 in DraftKings scoring. Would you start a GPP lineup, not a cash lineup, but would you start a GPP lineup with someone, your highest price player being 8.9 or lower?
I think you absolutely can in this field. And here's why. Well, there's a couple of reasons. One, with the way the pricing is and it's so soft, you can fill up a lineup of guys that are, proven winners that check boxes for you when it comes to stats, if you like that have some form and that even have a little bit of course history. So you can do all of that with these guys. And like you said, I mean, there were several guys above 9K that missed the cut last year, or, your higher end guys that missed the cut. So I think you can do that. And I like this range.
I think you can too.
Typically, I actually don't like the 8K range from top to bottom. There's always one or two guys that I think are good plays. But here, I think there's several in here that you could look at, and here's a couple. I like Joaquin Neiman at 8,400. Now, look,
Ooh, I think he's going to be low owned.
coming off of
I think
that
he'll be low
victory
owned.
a couple weeks ago, which was great, and then he came to the Honda. And what did he do at the Honda?
God dang it! I had
He
him.
missed a cut.
Yeah, but I had him all over the Honda.
How good did he look on a like?
He was 4 under through 11 holes, and then he was 8 over in his next 25 holes.
Maybe the tequila hit him or something. I don't know. He's a
When
young
I
guy.
taste tequila.
He's a young guy.
Yeah, he is young. He's got a.
I was starting to sing something there, but then I couldn't tell where I was.
When I taste tequila.
And so, but here's the thing. I think Neiman is he's a good play this week. What I like about him is the way he controls his ball, whatever the weather is. He's a great ball striker. He's top 15 in the field in ball striking. He's 11th in approach. He's 6th in par 5 scoring. And he's also top 10 in strokes gained around the green. I think Neiman is a really good play this week at 8,400. I like him. Also, Shane Lowry, he's a guy I mentioned on the betting show, a guy that can play in tough weather, just sort of a gritty guy. He's been in good form, good ball striker. He avoids the big numbers. He's top 10 in the field in bogey avoidance. So Shane Lowry at 8,000 is another one that I like here. And there's several here. But that's why I say I think that you can start lineups in this 8K range. And another reason why I asked you that question earlier about whether or not you like Jordan, Willie Z, or Daniel Berger, because I think you can cross out Jordan and just say, I might start a lineup with Daniel Berger and go from there. I think you can do that.
I think you can. Yeah, I mean, I'm down with that. I like Berger enough. If you did that, you're going to be different. So you could eat the chalk with Willie Z. You could go Berger, Willie Z.
Yeah.
I think that's possible. I don't know. We'll see how it all shakes out. I like a lot of names in this range. It's hard to narrow it down. I mean, I would honestly take maybe the better leverage out of a handful of names. I like Willie Z, obviously. I like Berger, obviously. I already talked about that. I could see Lowry being a thing, especially given the wind, the weather, the conditions. I mean, Brooks to me is interesting at $8,600. Like that's a lot of value for a guy like Brooks.
Yeah.
In tough conditions, and it's not like he's playing bad. Like Brooks is not playing bad.
No, he's not.
He's 100% healthy. He's not playing poorly. This is a major-esque type field, $20 million purse.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't think Brooks is coming here ready to, stomp on some wieners, and so show he's the alpha, I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, I absolutely agree there.
I think he could totally do that. So I'm down with Brooks a little bit here too. So Brooks, Berger for me are probably my two favorites. The fade here is Finau, obviously, whatever. I got to remind everybody too, the DP World Tour is also happening this week. Our boy Mark Hill is going to be breaking that down. So that'll hit probably Tuesday night or Wednesday on the YouTube channel. If you haven't checked it out, I'm doing the course breakdown stuff now every week independently of these shows.
Mm-hmm.
So the TPC Sawgrass course breakdown show is out on YouTube and on podcast wherever you listen. It's about 14 minutes. I give you everything you need to know about the course and nothing you don't. Player quotes, a lot of people liking that. Trends, key stats, all that stuff. Breaking down TPC Sawgrass and what you need to know. The rest of the week in terms of content, I don't know how it's going to work out. I honestly don't know because, I mean, I'm going to be on site Tuesday and Wednesday. So
yeah,
I don't know how that's going to go. So like I said, like, comment, subscribe on the YouTube channel. Give us a question for Siwoo when I meet him tomorrow. I'm going to be like, Siwoo, we want you on the show. What else? What else do I need to ask him? I'm going to show him my t-shirt. I'm wearing this. Also, we're going to line up some more PGA Tour Pro interviews. A lot of you said you like our interviews when we get those guys on, so we're going to try to line those up. What's a question you'd like us to ask one of them? I do want to shout out JRod12JK, who won the Arnold Palmer Invitational Nut Hut Listener League competition, as well as our boy AC won the Puerto Rican Open. AC would win the alternate field event to get into this.
Yeah,
that's a very AC move. But both of you guys have now earned spots into the Nut Hut Listener League finals, which if you win the Nut Hut Listener League Finals, you get a some expenses paid trip.
Yeah, I mean, it depends. I mean,
AC's coming from like effing North Pole. I don't even know how much that
I
costs.
think
They
he
don't
is
even
in
have
the North
airplanes
Pole.
out there. He has to hike a
Yeah.
third of the way. So anyway, you're gonna get expenses. Some
Does
expenses.
AC live in an igloo?
I think he does.
Mm.
He's gonna get some expenses paid. You may get all expenses paid trip to either Augusta or Savannah to play golf for a weekend with me and Pat if you win the Nut Hut Listener League, and it's free to play every week on DraftKings. You just gotta be a member of the Nut Hut. That's all it is.
Okay.
Pat, I have to piss. Can you do the 7K? Can you start?
Yeah.
you
Do you
start
know where
with
the
the
restroom is?
I think I can find it. Is there one up here or no?
No, you got to go downstairs.
okay, I got it.
Okay, you got this.
All right, 7K range. Hit it.
Okay, we got a few guys here in the 7K range that I like. Now look, this is again, there's so many people in this range because of the way this event is. So we could really go all over the place with the 7K range. But what we try to do is we try to hit only a few guys that we really like. For me, I will start with Max Homa at 7,500. Absolutely love him this week. He is a guy that we've seen and be in really good form. If we're doing models, I'm not a big model guy, but if I look at the mixed condition model on Fantasy National, he is number 2 in the field for me. He's 11th in the field in ball striking. He is 20th in fairways gained. He is top 20 in strokes gained approach. He is 14th in par 5 scoring, 16th in bogey avoidance. So look, I mean, in the two things where he's the weakest at are putting and scrambling. I know we've talked about that being very important this week, whatever. I still think Max Homa can play this course extremely well. I mean, at 7,500, come on, are you kidding me? You got to go with some Max Homa this week. And he's in great form. T14 at the Waste Management, top 10 at the Genesis, T17 last week at the Arnold Palmer Invitational, where he did have that hole in one in very tough, windy conditions. So I think Max Homa is a good play there, right there in the middle at 7,500. Another guy, I think this might shock you a little bit, and this shocked me, and it scares me. But I know he's going to have low ownership, and I think there's going to be not really a whole lot of people that want to play him. And that's Abraham Answer. I like Answer this week. And I'll give you a few reasons why. Okay. All right. He is top 10 in the field in driving accuracy. I think driving accuracy is a little bit more of a sneaky stat that people might not look at quite as much this week. They set this course up pretty hard. The rough is always a little bit gnarly. It's not probably as bad as you saw last week at the Arnold Palmer, but still, you got to hit it in the fairway this week. We see that time and time again in every single year on this course. He's a great ball striker, okay? He avoids bogeys, checks the box there. If you look at his tournament history as well, it's not all that bad. He's played here twice. T22nd last year. And then in 2019, okay, remember they didn't play here in 2020. In 2019, he was T12. So I think Answer might be a little bit of a sneaky play here at some low ownership there at 7,600. Couple more guys here that I like. We talked about him on the betting show. DB loved him. I didn't mention him on the betting show because I was really kind of saving him for this show. And that's Chris Kirk at 7,000. Chris Kirk has been playing fantastic golf lately, okay? And really the last couple years, ever since he really got his game back, got the strokes gained home life in order, which is very important. He's made the cut here, though. Even when the strokes gained home life wasn't great, he was still making cuts here. So Chris Kirk at 7,000, I think is a fantastic play. And then you look at, I mean, even just the stats, like disregard the fact that he's been playing extremely well recently. He also checks a lot of boxes. I mean, top 20 in ball striking, 42nd in the field in approach, 11th in par 5 scoring. He's second in scrambling in this field. I think Chris Kirk is an excellent play there at 7,000. I'm going to try to leave a few for you, DB, because you're coming back in here. You're coming hot. You even got a robe on, so you must be ready to go. But here's my fade, okay? This guy, by the way, I don't like the way announcers pronounce his name drives me up the wall. Okay, because they'll go with Tyrell or T-Rail.
You can call on Tyrell.
Call on Tyrell. But they'll go with T-Rail, Tyrell.
Dude, are you really fading him with this weather situation?
Tyrell, 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 Titrail. I mean, they'll do all kinds of things with Tyrell Hatton.
Are you really fading him in this weather?
I am.
That's tough to do.
I'm going to fade him.
We'll see how it goes.
What do you got for the 7K?
You know who I'm fading? I'm effing done with this guy. I am effing done for at least this week. Cameron Tringali. I'm done with him.
Okay, I thought you were going to say Luke List for
I
a
am
second.
not effing. No,
upset.
I would never say that.
Okay.
I would never say that. Luke, if you're watching, I would never say that. Cameron Tringali, you're dead to me for at least a week.
Yeah.
Hey, does he have the driver yips? I don't understand what's happening.
I think it's time we get away from it's not a divorce, it's a separation. Which
that actually helps me a little bit. I can see that.
You're just like, okay,
hey,
we're gonna take a little bit of a break.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna
go play golf for 6 days.
We don't need to split up finances or anything.
Yeah. Don't worry about the kids right now.
Yeah.
Like,
I'll still help there.
I'll help there. I'll pick up little, Ashton.
Yeah.
Little Randall, whatever the hell his name is.
Yeah.
I'll pick him up.
I'll put the name tag in the front right side of the window still.
I'll do that. I'll see you at church on Sunday. I'm going to play golf 6 days a week, though.
Yeah.
And you're not going to get to say anything about it because we separate.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I might come back.
I could
come back. Might come back, and who knows?
Yeah.
I get that. It actually helps, actually.
Okay, good.
Because I did want it to be a limited separation.
Yeah, we didn't need it.
Dang it,
we didn't need anything long term.
Dude, there's a lot of names here, man, in the 7K. I love. Can we talk about more than 3 here? Is that allowed?
I only talked about 3, but I had a couple extras. So.
How long are we going right now? I don't even know how long we've been going.
Yeah, we've been going long. We need to.
Okay, all right. I'll hurry up.
Angie took what you thought was like a quick pee break took like 30 minutes.
Shit. Okay. All right. Fitzpatrick is a cash lock for me. I love Fitzpatrick cash GPPs. I think he's going to be a little popular though. The lower sevens is very attractive. Guys like Alex Noren, Lonto Griffin, Chris Kirk, Tom Hoagie. In that 7K range. I know I just named off a few, but I like the way all of them are coming in right now. I like all the form on those guys. I think Taylor Gooch is an excellent value. I think Corey Connors, we talked about him in the betting show. I'm just going to name a lot. The ball striking at like 7.5 strokes gained off the tee and approach is very attractive right now for Corey Connors. In a tough conditions looking weak, Connors is interesting to me. Here's one for you. I'm going to spend a little time on this one. Here's a name that I'm not normally on that caught my eye. Jason Day. With Drew from the Arnold Palmer. His mom passed away. Hate that.
Yeah. Tough
She
situation.
seemed like a sweet lady. I saw her on a video of him on YouTube with, I think it was PGA Memes, our buddy Travis Miller. Hate that. But I also can see Jay Day as a guy who obviously plays Sawgrass very, very well.
Mm-hmm.
And he's flashed a little form this year. But I also see him as one of those guys who like wins it for mom. And it actually helps him. You know what I mean? Like, he's just a very like heart on his sleeve kind of guy. He's going to come out here. He's going to be loose. He's going to have a fresh perspective. He's going to be like, you know what? I'm not going to piss and moan about the wind or what, because who cares? Like I've got perspective. You know what I mean? And he's going to come out here and ball out. I think Jay Day is very interesting, and I could see him being a little lower owned in the 7K range. So that's the 7K range for me. I'm done. That's it.
Yeah. All right.
All right, 6K range. I think you can play Keegan Bradley in cash. Am I drunk? Possibly.
Yes, Keegan Bradley in cash.
I think you can play Keegan Bradley in cash. The dude rarely misses a cut here, if ever. I don't even remember. I think he's missed one cut here ever. I think Brian Harmon is attractive, not as a man, but as a player in the 6K range. Mito is attractive. His ball striking, even though he Mito, he doesn't have a lot of experience
Mito
here.
horny
Players. Mito horny. He's not done that. Joel Damon. There's a lot of good names down here. I would even go so far as JT Poston at like 60 low 100. 60 low 100, I think.
60 low?
I think he's 60 low.
He's 60.
There's a lot of names in here. I think you could totally dip down in the 6K range, especially in GPPs, and I think you could roll with Keegan and Cash.
Absolutely. First off, it's not like it's easy to get into the Players Championship field. Okay, so these guys have to do something very well to get into this field in general.
Yeah, they don't just let every Tom, Dick, and Harry in here.
No, they don't. They don't. I mean, like, they don't let just somebody coming in with a Cobra Kai robe, like walking into the players tent and said, "Look, I'm good at golf."
What if I wore this at the golf course tomorrow?
I mean,
that'd be pretty gangster. What if I wore nothing under it?
I tell you
would
what,
they stop me at the gate?
If you want to wear that to the golf course, I would recommend Sunday when it's 30-something degrees, because that thing is hot.
Yeah, but what if I wore nothing under it and I just had the thing wrapped around me? Do you think they'd check me at the gate if I had anything under it? You think they'd be like, "Sir, do you have any unmentionables underneath that?"
I don't know if they'd even ask that. There's some good pockets in there, though.
They may not.
A couple guys, though, that I like in this range. All right.
I am wearing my Siwoo Kim shirt tomorrow.
Up top, Patton Kizzire, I like a lot this week. Oh, Kiz, he's like he's kind of like the newer version of Kiz.
Whoa, what?
Yeah.
Kizzire is not Kiz. Kiz is Kiz. Kizzire is.
I know, but he ends his name in Kiz.
It is more of a Kiz. Well,
it is kind of more of a Kiz.
I guess because it's got a Z in it.
But anyway, Patton Kizzire, no offense to the real Kiz, but Patton Kizzire has been playing pretty well recently. Top 10 at Waste Management, T61 at the Genesis, and a T32 at the Arnold Palmer last week. But at 6,900, I think he's a pretty good play. He's a guy that's, typically, a pretty good ball striker. He can get a little wayward off the tee at times. I get that. He is actually 114th in the field in driving accuracy, but typically his ball striking is fantastic. 31st in ball striking, 13th in strokes gained approach. He's a very good putter on Bermuda grass greens. So I do like Patton Kizzire here.
Is that you building your own model right there?
That's some guys.
Is that a mixed condition model on Fantasy National?
Yes.
By the way, we're presented by FantasyNational.com. If you go to FantasyNational.com/TJ, you can save 20% off any membership there. FantasyNational.com. So is that what that is?
That's what this is. It's fantastic. And by the way, here's another one. KH Lee.
Terrible model.
How about KH Lee? He's at 6,300. And there's a couple things where he checks some boxes, whether it's driving accuracy or maybe, like when you're going down into this level of the model, okay, the 60s is good. It's like he's better than half the field, par 5 scoring. He's better than half the field at scrambling. But KH Lee to me has like
low expectations.
Doesn't KH Lee have a little bit of like intrigue to you?
I love KH Lee. I'm very intrigued by KH. Also,
10 of 11 cuts this year.
Chex
10 of 11 cuts this year.
Is there Chex Mix in that Chex Mix box?
Oh yeah, there's like 18 bags in there.
That's like a Costco size. That says 42 bags of Chex Mix.
Yeah, we've used a lot because Go get some Chex Mix. All right, so DB is off to go get some Chex Mix. I don't know what I'm supposed to do at this point other than ask DB if he's going to have any 6K guys. And other than that, I'm out. I really don't have anything. Oh, we got to create our 1 minute lineup for two. And we're not doing that tonight.
Pat already gave my 6K lineups, and I also did not put the 2 minute mid lineup on the sheet because we've already gone long because we had none of her shut up. All right, thank you guys for listening. Thanks for watching. Go ahead and comment. What would you like me to ask a PGA Tour pro on our next interview? What would you like me to say to Siwoo Kim tomorrow night? It's going to be a great week. I'm excited about it. Pat's excited about it. It's the Players Championship. May your screens be green. See ya.